Oh, I'm so gonna regret having to clean this up afterwards, but
Yeah, it do not matter. Turn to a savage.
actually, hold up 1 minute here. Okay. Okay, focus camera. This is something I guess you could say is a little bit of a story time. Going back to when I was in high school in 2013, I graduated. I was about 18, 19 years old. Didn't know what the heck I was going to do with my life, and how I really got to knowing exactly what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. And it came down and it stemmed down to this. That's right. It's go time, baby. Let's talk about it. So everyone needs to understand, when I was in high school, my senior year in grade 12, I was that guy who was partying all the time, every single weekend, always had to go out and socialize with friends. Like, I remember having a friend, and he was like my party friend. You know, every time the weekend hit, it was Friday, and obviously no school on the weekend, I would text up my buddy and ask him what is going on, like what are we doing, and we would have to go out and find something to do. If I didn't find something to do, like a house party or go clubbing or go to the bar, I would actually get upset. And I was always in that rat race. And the funny thing is, when graduation came around, when I graduated in 2013, I just cut by. You know, as a procrastinator in high school, handing in my assignments late, I just slipped by with my grades, and all my friends had really good grades. I don't know how, because they're all partying still too. They're probably just better with their homework and studying, but they were able to go and therefore after apply for college and university, which I couldn't do because my grades were so bad. But the funny thing is, even though they were able to do that, they were still partying on the weekends and partying during the weekdays and always drinking, always partying, always having no money in their bank account. And there was nothing wrong with that, all right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But it opened up a door for me to where I had to look at myself and say, okay, Brando, you cannot go to university or college. Here are your options, X, Y, or Z. And then I decided I didn't want to do any of those options. So I started to look online. And that's when I got open to Pandora's box of online business and entrepreneurship. And I said, that is what I want to do. So I started to do heavy investing and heavy researching into internet entrepreneurship. But the problem with that was I wanted to be a successful internet entrepreneur. On the flip side, I was still hanging out with my friends, partying on the weekends, spending and blowing all my money, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting this different result here. And I mean, there's a famous saying out there. I don't know if it's Einstein or Henry Ford or whoever, but you know, if you do the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result, that is the definition of insanity. And that is exactly what I was going through mentally in my life when I was 19 and 18 years old. And it wasn't until, funny enough, I had somebody confront me and ask me, hey, Brando, do you know why people buy books? And do you know why people buy stuff in general? And I didn't know the answer to it. And when I didn't give them an answer, they walked away. And I didn't understand why. And then I realized after pondering that question for myself, the reason why people buy books, the reason why people buy treadmills, the reason why people buy gym memberships or go to university or college and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars is because they want to be a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer. They want the end result. But just because they buy a book does not mean they finish all the chapters and make it till the end and get that result. Does it make sense? And when I really thought about that, I realized, yes, I had wanted a result over here, but just because I wanted it and I was investing some of my time into research and putting a little bit of money towards it for education purposes doesn't mean that I was actually going to be able to fulfill that and become that type of person, because I was still doing this over here. I was still partying, drinking, blowing all my money over here. And it wasn't until I had that self-awareness that I pretty much woke myself up and I started to take things very seriously. I started to eliminate going to the bar and the club as frequently as I did, and hanging around people who were not getting the results that I wanted. Not in a, okay, you're not my friend anymore, I'm never going to talk to you again. It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, you know, I need to figure out myself. I need to take time for myself. And you got to be selfish in the sense that you only live once. A lot of people walk around like they're going to be here, after they die, and who really knows, right? You gotta act and walk in life like you're gonna come back a sneaker or a basketball. Being a human being is the greatest damn thing that can happen to you. And when you become self-aware of that result that you really, really want, and the actions you're actually taking, and you know that the actions you're taking are not getting you to the results that you want, you can readjust your course to identify those actions, adjust them towards actions that will actually get you there. All right. I hope that makes sense. But that was something that really helped me. And I mean, it's so simple, but it's the simple, small things in life that I think a lot of us completely overlook and don't take into account because we're so consumed in that rat race that we feel like it is our life and our life is defined by it.